Would you rent a Ferrari when you get a 90% discounts, given they can take back that Ferrari anytime they want it? Probably yes, right? You want to ride that Ferrari until they take back from you. Probably you can rent it back again, right? The EC2 Spot Instance works in the same way. You can spin up EC2 Spot Instance like an on-demand, but with a deep discounts. And AWS can take back that EC2 instance whenever they need that resource back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can launch a Spot instance. There are two ways I'm going to show you. Number one is simple way, the way you spin up on-demand EC2 instance, but in the purchase option, I will show you where you can choose the Spot instance option. The second way is a Spot fleet request. You submit a request with all the information and AWS will fulfill your request. Second thing, you're gonna understand the interruptions, how AWS reclaims the capacity and send you the interruptions for 2 minutes before it terminating that instance. The third thing, you receive 2 minutes interruption notifications, and I will simulate and demonstrate you how you receive it and how you can verify that you received, your Spot instance received that 2 minutes warning notification before termination happens. The fourth thing, I will show you the exact Spot scenarios AWS loves to test it. Let's dive in. Imagine you have a standby flight tickets with a deep discounted price such as 90% discount, but if full price passenger needs that seat, you may lose it. And that's the same way EC2 instance works. You spin up your Spot instance like an on-demand instance, but with a deep discounts. But when AWS needs that capacity back, they can take it back. Just they will give you 2 minutes notification. You may be thinking how AWS is doing it, because AWS has a lot of idle resources which are not being used. They are giving you in a discounted price, and customer also is able to leverage that discounted price and using that for particular projects where it is possible. Not all the projects you can apply Spot instances, right? The process is very simple to create Spot instance. You go to EC2 console and launch EC2 instance, choose AMI and then pick the instance type and go to advanced options. For purchase options, select request Spot instance and boom, you are able to spin up Spot instance. This is the first way. And then second way, I'm going to show you in the console how you can request a Spot fleet and AWS will fulfill that fleet request. The step 6, I'm gonna show you the simulator. The simulate you how you can initiate actually the Spot interruption request. And once you initiate it, then the next step I'll show you how you know from the Spot instance that Spot instance received that notifications. And based on that, immediately your application can take action to save the job or save the work, whatever you wanna do it, and do it before termination happens after 2 minutes. And this is a sample script which you can execute continuously to verify whether you have received that notifications. And once you receive that notifications, condition, if you look at this, status equals to 200. Once you receive that notifications, you can trigger a action. That action may be save the work. That action may be send that output to some file so that later you can resume that work because your instance is going to be terminated. And if you want to automate that script and execute continuously, you put that script in the paste the loop script above here in this place and use that script in your user data. Voila, you're done, and your script will be continuously running and checking that whether your Spot instance received that notification, and you can take action accordingly for your application. Let me show you in the console. Here I am on the EC2 console and I clicked on instances. You see the right side, you have a launch instances. So there are two ways you can spin up Spot instance. One is from this launch instances. Another one is you can request it from Spot request as well. Okay. So first thing I want to show you from the launch instances, how you can launch Spot instance from this option. Okay. So I'm going to hit launch instances. Here I will name it as a Spot instance. By default, Amazon Linux is selected, so I'm gonna go with it. AMI is 6.18 AMI, I'm good with it. And then T3 micro, this is the instance type. I'm going to launch key pair, key Mumbai. I'm in a Mumbai region. I created key pair in this region, so I'm going to use that. VPC subnet, I'm keeping it default because I'm using the default VPC in this case. And create security group, I'm not gonna create security group, I'm gonna use that existing one. So there is one default security group, I'm gonna use that default security group because I already edited default security group to allow HTTP access and SSH access. Okay, so this EC2 instance has to be with user data because this EC2 instance will host a web servers, and I will show you how you can do that. I'm gonna go with advanced details here and go down. You see the purchase options. Here you select Spot Instance. So I'm not selecting anything else here. So at the end, I'm gonna put the user data so that when it's spin up, so it's gonna create a web server inside that EC2 instance and we can access it using the public IP. Okay, let me get that user data script, which I have already written before this demonstration. So this is the one. This script does very simple thing. It updates the package and then install that HTTPD package, which is web servers, and then systemctl command to enable that service so that it can start whenever you restart that instance. And then systemctl start HTTPD, it start that web server itself, and it is echoing that server details, host name, IP address to the index.html file, so that when we access that web browser, it will show you the host name and IP address so that we know which web server we are hitting for the access. Okay, so that's all you need to do, and verify this information and hit launch. Okay, so this is going to launch Spot EC2 instance. Okay, one way. And the second way, let me show you how you can do that. Same EC2 console, but go to Spot request. Here you are going to submit a Spot request. Okay, create Spot fleet request. So this is not only single Spot instance, you can create 10, 20, 30, 100 Spot instances together. You submit that request, AWS will fulfill that request for you. Okay, once you go to this menu, create Spot fleet request, here you have two options: manually configure launch parameters. This is the thing you are gonna do, but you can also do launch template. If you have a launch template, you can reuse that launch template, so you don't have to put all the parameters, which we are gonna do right now. So in this demonstration, I'm gonna show you how you can manually configure launch parameters. So AMI, so I'm gonna choose Amazon Linux. So if I hit that, so this is 6.1, 6.18, and so I'm going to use the latest one. Key pair, key Mumbai is fine. Now I'm going to go additional launch parameters. So I'm going to go with all the 8 GB, all the default parameters here, 8 GB EBS volumes, and here security groups, I'm going to choose default. This is the security group. I already allowed HTTP and SSH protocol for this security group. Okay, and here I'm going to choose enable public IP assign so that I can access it from outside world, so that this EC2 instance will have a web server hosted, so I can access it and test it out. Okay, so user data, again I'm gonna copy paste the same user data here, and so that it can it can start a web server. Okay, so I'm gonna tag it so that I can separate out from the normal Spot EC2 instance I created before, the single one, but this one is gonna be 2. So I'm gonna say name Spot fleet. Okay, Spot fleet. Okay, create. Okay, so tag is created, but one thing, now we have to select how many the capacity is gonna be 2, and it is going to be instances. Okay, so I'm gonna select instances. You can go for maintain target capacity, set maximum cost for Spot instances. I'm not gonna do that because this is not my requirement right now. I'm just gonna show you how Spot instance you can spin up. Okay, so network VPC is by default, so I'm not choosing that. Availability zone also I'm allowing AWS to choose for me. Then instance type requirement, I'm gonna choose manual instance type, because you can also use filters like number of vCPUs, memories. Based on that, it's gonna list you the instances available. Okay, preview matching instances, and based on that you can choose. But the manually, let me show you how you can do that. 1 vCPU to 2 vCPU and 1 GB to 2 maximum. And look at this preview, so no matching so let me remove that one. Okay, minimum requirements, still it is not there. So additional, so it looks like the EC2 instance is not available in this parameter I'm selecting. Let me do one thing, what, 1 and 1, and I'm gonna say no maximum. Let me see. Oh, there you go, a lot of instance coming up right now. So C4 large, this is the instance I can go. You see from here it doesn't tell you what is the discounted price. Okay, so here it is, it tells you what is the discounted price. But if you choose from here, right, this is a UI thing, they keep on changes. I'm choose from manually select the EC2 instance type. You see that each and every EC2 instance it has, it gives me savings, okay, number. So it is easy to choose from here. So I'm gonna do C5 large. Okay, and how many? 2. Okay, that's all. It also tells us that 83% savings compared to the on-demand instance. Okay, 2 instances it's going to create. I'm in the Spot instances. By default, I'm going for price capacity optimized. This is recommended. I'm gonna hit launch. Okay, you know what? So that EC2 instance, previously Spot instance we launched, probably it is ready right now. Let me verify it. So we actually named that Spot instances. Okay, so T3 micro it was. This is the instance. You see 3 out of 3 status check passed already. Here it clearly shows that status checks passed. So now I'm gonna verify whether I have access to that web server. Okay, HTTP that public IP. There you go. I'm able to access that web server. That web server displays the host name of that EC2 instance and private IP of that EC2 instance. So this Spot instance is working. Okay, we had successfully created Spot instance from the EC2 launch option. Okay, but now you see Spot fleet request. Spot request, if you go, there is a split request already I submitted. You see this one, right? So it's still telling me that it is not fulfilled, 0 of 2 fulfilled. Okay, let me minimize that. So this is a fleet request, and under this fleet request these are 2 EC2 instance Spot instances created. So now it tells me 2 out of 2 is fulfilled. That means 2 EC2 instances up. Let me pick one of these C5 large instance and get this public IP. Okay, so where is that public IP? From here it doesn't show you the public IP. If you go to the other console, you can see that public IP from here. So here you see C5 large, right? This is the 2 C5 large. So I'm gonna rename it Spot fleet. Okay, this one as well, Spot fleet. So what is the public IP? If you select that and networking, here is the public IP. Let me verify whether I'm able to access that web server. Okay, there we go, I'm able to access it. Now I'm going to log into that EC2 instance and show you that we actually don't have that interruption request from AWS before terminating that EC2 instance. So let me log into the EC2 instance, and here I'm gonna access the metadata. This is the interesting part. So first I'm gonna access that. This is a metadata version 2, so you have to get the token first. So you can see the value of token. So this is the value of token. Now I'm gonna make a API call to the metadata to see whether any interruption request came. So 404 means there is no interruption request. Okay, that's for sure. Now I'm gonna simulate and initiate that interruption for you. AWS has a tool which you can initiate the interruption and see what actually you get from this metadata. All right, so let me go to the console. I'm in the Spot request. Okay, and I'm going to select that fleet request. Where is that fleet request? This is the fleet request I had. Okay, so I'm gonna go with action and select initiate interruption. Okay, initiate interruption. How many EC2 instance? I'm gonna go with 2 EC2 instance which we created part of the fleet request. Okay, confirm. Now I'm gonna go to the terminal which I was accessing that EC2 instance, Spot Fleet EC2 instance, I'm going to keep on running this API call to that metadata and see when we receive that request. Okay. Oh, I think I have not completed the process. Yes, initiate interruption. Still, we have not received that interruption request before terminating that EC2 instance. Okay, it tells me the success Spot Fleet interruption experiment was initiated using AWS fault injection service on Fleet this. Okay, now let me see, go back and see. Boom, here you go. You see that the output changed now. Action, terminate. Okay, time, this is the time. So terminate request it received from AWS because it wants to terminate. So that's how you verify. Once you verify that, okay, you received the terminate request, remember I showed you the script, you execute this script, okay, to take action on your EC2 instance to save your work or save the output, so that you can rerun again with a new Spot instance. Okay, and if you want to execute continuously and verify whether you received the terminate request or not, you keep on running this using this command, place the script here and then put this whole script in the user data. That's all you need to do, right? So now if you go to the Spot Fleet, right, Spot request, refresh. So I'm going to, now you should see that within 2 minutes this is all going to be terminated. Okay, if I go to this instance page and refresh, okay, and you should be seeing that this instances is going down. Okay, you see one is terminated, another one probably will be terminated very soon. So this is terminating, and you see this is also shutting down Spot Fleet, and this is also going to be terminated soon. Voila, everything is terminated and shutting down. So we are good. We cleaned up as well. Now you know how you can initiate Spot instance two ways. One is from the EC2 launch, and number two ways is you can submit a Spot request for the Spot Fleet. Okay, let me go back to the presentation here. So let me talk about some real world use cases. One of the very popular real world use cases is rendering movies. There are a lot of companies, movie companies who produce a lot of movies. They do render movies using Spot instances. That saved a lot of money for them. ML startup, if you are training any ML models, this Spot instance is the best way to do that, to reduce cost, and you can also perform any scientific research so in the Spot instance, so that if it is terminated, then immediately you resume it with a new Spot instance. Okay, wherever it is stopped, you can resume it from there. But not all the production workload you can use Spot instances. Let's say your web servers are running 24/7, hundreds of millions of users is accessing. You don't want to use Spot instances because it's gonna create interruption, and resuming also gonna be difficult. But you can do a lot of other architectures such as Spot instance and on-demand instance. You create a pull under auto scaling group. You can do that way as well. Okay, exam loves to test the Spot instance questions. Scenario 1 needs the lowest cost compute options and can tolerate interruptions. Your answer is Spot instance. And if you have question with what notification does AWS give before reclaiming a Spot instance, you now know that 2 minutes interruption notice, and now you know how you can get that notice information from metadata. Okay, so eliminate all the wrong answer first and then choose the right one. Remember this lowest cost with interruptible applications, you go for Spot. Fault tolerant, go for Spot. Critical database, no way, you cannot go for Spot. Remember these 5 points before you end this video. Up to 90% savings for Spot instance. AWS can reclaim anytime. Then 2 minutes warning you received before AWS reclaim that resource. And fault tolerant workloads only when services are fault tolerant or interruptible, then only you can go for Spot instances. Remember, lowest cost plus interruptible applications, always go for Spot instances. It can save a lot of money. So I hope you understand how you can initiate Spot instance and Spot Fleet and when you can use them to save cost. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next.